Hi, I'm Dr. Robert. Today I'll be explaining what is CRISPR, the truth about gene editing and the future of curing diseases. There are plenty of videos about this topic on YouTube, but I'll explain it in my own simple and direct way. No unnecessary talk, just straight to the point. So let's get started. And before we begin, we're only 92 subscribers away from reaching 1,000. Your small click of support helps us keep spreading medical truth and save lives through awareness. Thank you for being part of this journey. For decades, we could only treat diseases, not erase them. But what if medicine could go inside your DNA and rewrite the code of illness itself? That's what CRISPR promises, not just treatment, but a potential cure from the genetic level. Let's strip away the hype and talk science. CRISPR stands for Clustered Regularly Interspaced Short Palindromic Repeats, a mouthful. But the idea is simple. In nature, CRISPR was discovered inside bacteria. It's part of their immune system, a way for them to remember viruses that attacked them before. When a virus infects a bacterium, the bacterium saves a small piece of the virus's DNA and stores it inside its own genome. The next time the same virus attacks, the bacterium uses a special protein called Cas9, CRISPR-associated protein 9, to recognize and cut the viral DNA, destroying the invader. In 2012, scientists Jennifer Doudna and Emmanuel Charpentier discovered how to reprogram this bacterial system to target any gene, even in humans. That discovery changed biology forever. For the first time, we had a molecular scissors that could precisely cut DNA at any point we choose. Think of your DNA as a long instruction manual, 3 billion letters long. Every cell in your body reads from this manual to make proteins that keep you alive. But what if one letter, one word, or one sentence in that manual is wrong? That's how genetic diseases begin. CRISPR works like a find and replace tool for DNA. Scientists design a small piece of RNA called a guide RNA, gRNA, that matches the exact sequence they want to edit. This guide leads the Cas9 enzyme to that spot in the genome. Cas9 then makes a clean cut in the DNA. Once the DNA is cut, the cell's natural repair system tries to fix it. Scientists can use this opportunity to disable a faulty gene or insert a corrected one. In short, CRISPR gives medicine the power to edit life at its source. The list of conditions being studied with CRISPR is growing every year. Sickle cell disease, a single letter mistake in a gene causes blood cells to deform. Beta thalassemia, another blood disorder caused by a single mutation. Inherited blindness like Leber congenital amaurosis. Cystic fibrosis, muscular dystrophy, and even certain cancers. In 2023, a CRISPR-based therapy called Casgevy became the first FDA-approved gene editing treatment for sickle cell disease. Patients who lived their whole lives with painful crises are now free of symptoms. That's not theory, that's real-world medicine changing lives. And that's why scientists call CRISPR revolutionary. Let's be honest, the word cure in medicine is powerful, and it's often misused. In some cases, yes, CRISPR can function as a cure. For example, in blood diseases like sickle cell anemia, the defective gene can be permanently edited in bone marrow cells. Once those corrected cells multiply, they continue to produce healthy red blood cells for life. But in more complex diseases like HIV, cancer, or Alzheimer's, things are trickier. Why? Because those conditions don't come from just one mutation. They involve entire networks of genes and environmental factors. So while CRISPR can fix or silence certain genes, curing multifactorial diseases completely is still a work in progress. In other words, CRISPR isn't a magic wand. It's the sharpest tool medicine has ever held. Every technology has boundaries, and CRISPR is no exception. The main concern is off-target effects. Sometimes CRISPR might cut DNA in the wrong place, causing unintended mutations. Scientists are constantly improving precision, but total perfection is difficult in complex human genomes. Another challenge is delivery. How do you get CRISPR molecules safely into the right cells? Techniques like viral vectors, lipid nanoparticles, and mRNA delivery are improving, but every approach has trade-offs. Ethical questions also arise. Editing genes in somatic cells like blood or muscle affects only the treated person, but editing germline cells, sperm, eggs, or embryos means those changes pass on to future generations. Most countries have strict bans on human germline editing because the long-term risks are unknown. CRISPR can heal, but it can also rewrite evolution itself. The next few years will define how CRISPR reshapes healthcare. Already, clinical trials are underway for HIV gene therapy, where scientists cut out the viral DNA integrated into human cells. Cancer immunotherapy, where T cells are edited to better attack tumors. Heart disease, by lowering cholesterol through genetic regulation. CRISPR is also being used in agriculture, creating drought-resistant crops and virus-resistant livestock. In the long term, the dream is one-time genetic correction. Imagine a world where, instead of lifelong medication for genetic disorders, one precise edit in your DNA ends the disease permanently. That's not science fiction anymore, it's early reality. There's a fine line between hope and hype. CRISPR deserves excitement, but it also deserves caution. The technology is still young. It's not yet affordable for everyone. Current gene therapies cost hundreds of thousands of dollars per patient, and accessibility is the next big challenge. But remember, every great medical revolution started small. Vaccines, antibiotics, organ transplants, all were once experimental. CRISPR is on that same path today. It's not about replacing medicine. It's about redefining what medicine can do. We used to treat the symptoms of disease. Today, we're learning to treat the source, the genetic code itself. CRISPR is not a miracle, but it's a mirror of human progress. It shows how far science has come, from treating illness to rewriting destiny. If you care about the future of health, stay curious, stay informed, and never fall for medical myths. Knowledge is the first step to prevention, and prevention will always be the most powerful cure we have. Thank you for watching. Let's keep growing this channel. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, and your support helps us make science understandable for everyone.